Have you ever wondered what makes cancer such a formidable foe in the realm of human health? It's a question that has puzzled scientists for centuries. This complex disease, with its multitude of types and stages, demands our attention and understanding. And the more we learn, the more layers we uncover. It's a journey into the depths of biology that's both fascinating and critical. So, are you ready to explore this labyrinth? Let's dive into the 5 top questions in cancer biology and unravel them. The first question is, what is cancer? Let's delve into this. Cancer, by definition, is a disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells. It's like a factory production line gone haywire, where the cells produced are defective and yet continue to multiply. Now, these abnormal cells can form a mass of tissue that we commonly refer to as a tumor. Not all tumors are cancerous, however. Those that are termed malignant, while the non-cancerous ones are called benign. Malignant tumors can invade nearby tissues and spread to other parts of the body through the blood and lymph systems. There is an array of different types of cancer, over 100 in fact, each classified by the type of cell that is initially affected. It can start almost anywhere in the human body, which is made up of trillions of cells. Common types include breast cancer, lung cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer, to name a few. But what causes cancer? Well, our bodies are constantly producing new cells to replace old ones. During this process, sometimes errors occur in the genetic code of the new cells. Most times, our bodies can correct these mistakes. However, when they don't, these cells can become cancerous. There are certain factors that can increase the likelihood of these errors, known as risk factors. These include certain chemicals and substances such as tobacco and alcohol, radiation exposure, and even certain infections. Lifestyle factors like diet and physical activity also play a role. Some types of cancer, though, can be traced back to genetic factors, inherited from our parents. And yet, having these risk factors doesn't guarantee that one will get cancer. It simply increases the likelihood. Similarly, some individuals without any known risk factors can still develop the disease. It's a complex interplay of many factors, and research is still ongoing to fully understand it. So, in essence, cancer is a rogue cell multiplication that disrupts the normal functioning of our bodies. It's a complex disease that can be influenced by a variety of factors, both within our control and beyond it. Our next question is, why does cancer spread? Cancer, in its most basic form, is a group of cells that grow and divide uncontrollably. When these rogue cells stay put, they form a tumor, but sometimes they take a more sinister turn. They break away from their original location and travel to other parts of the body. This process is known as metastasis, and it's the reason why cancer can be so destructive. So why does cancer spread? The answer lies in the very nature of these cells. Cancer cells are survivors. They have the ability to adapt, to change, and to invade. Unlike normal cells, which have a very structured life cycle, cancer cells are rule breakers. They don't follow the standard protocol of growth and death. One way they manage to spread is through our body's own transport systems, the blood and lymph systems. These networks of vessels and nodes are like highways and back roads, crisscrossing our body and delivering essential nutrients to our cells. But cancer cells can exploit these systems. They can break away from the primary tumor, enter the bloodstream or lymph system, and travel to a new location in the body. But it's not just about getting a free ride. Cancer cells also have to survive the journey. The bloodstream is a hostile environment, filled with immune cells ready to attack anything unfamiliar. To survive, cancer cells must avoid detection and resist attack. They do this by changing their appearance and behavior, essentially wearing a disguise and acting like normal cells. Once they reach their destination, these cells must then adapt to a new environment. They have to find a way to thrive in a different tissue or organ. They do this by changing again, evolving to fit their new surroundings. But why are some cancers more likely to spread than others? It's a question that's still being researched, but it's thought that certain types of cells are more prone to change and adaptation, making them more likely to become metastatic. Other factors like the body's immune response and the presence of certain genetic mutations can also play a role. The ability to spread, to metastasize, is what makes cancer so dangerous. It's also what makes it challenging to treat. Once cancer has spread, it's no longer a localized problem. It becomes a systemic issue requiring more aggressive and widespread treatments. Understanding why and how cancer spreads is crucial. It's a key piece of the puzzle in our fight against this disease. By learning more about metastasis, we can develop better ways to prevent it, to detect it earlier, and to stop it in its tracks. Cancer's ability to spread is what makes it so dangerous and challenging to treat. Let's continue our exploration by asking, can we prevent cancer? And if so, how? Now, let's tackle the question, can we prevent cancer? Cancer prevention is a complex topic. It's akin to navigating through a labyrinth, where each turn represents a different aspect of our lives that may contribute to the onset of this disease. The idea of preventing cancer seems daunting, but there are several strategies that can help us significantly reduce our risk. Firstly, let's consider lifestyle changes. It's been proven that certain behaviors and habits can influence our chances of developing cancer. Smoking, for instance, is a notorious carcinogen, linked to lung cancer and many other types. By quitting smoking, or better yet, never starting, we can substantially decrease our risk. Diet and exercise also play crucial roles. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, coupled with regular physical activity, can help protect against various types of cancer. Limiting alcohol consumption and avoiding prolonged exposure to harmful sun rays are also essential preventive measures. Next, let's move on to regular screenings. Early detection is the cornerstone of effective cancer treatment, and this is where screenings come into play. Different types of screenings are available for different types of cancer. For example, mammograms for breast cancer, colonoscopies for colorectal cancer, and Pap tests for cervical cancer. These screenings can detect cancer in its early stages, often before symptoms even appear, improving the chances of successful treatment. Vaccinations are another key preventive tool. Some cancers are caused by viral infections, such as human papillomavirus, HPV, or hepatitis B and C. Vaccines against these viruses have been developed and are highly effective in preventing the associated cancers. But here's the crux of the matter. Even with all these preventive measures, we can't guarantee complete prevention. Cancer can be influenced by factors beyond our control, such as genetics and age. That's why it's vital to approach cancer prevention as a series of steps towards risk reduction, rather than an absolute shield against the disease. It's also important to remember that each person is unique. What works for one individual may not work for another. Therefore, it's advisable to consult with a healthcare professional when considering any changes to your lifestyle or medical routine that could impact your cancer risk. In conclusion, while the labyrinth of cancer prevention may seem daunting, remember that each step you take, whether it's a lifestyle change, a regular screening, or a vaccination, brings you closer to the exit, closer to a life with a significantly reduced risk of cancer. While we can't entirely prevent cancer, we can certainly take steps to significantly reduce our risk. The fourth question we have is, why is cancer treatment so complex? When it comes to treating cancer, complexity is the name of the game. This is primarily because cancer is not just one disease, but a collection of over 100 different diseases. Each type of cancer has its own characteristics, behaviors, and responses to treatment. This vast diversity makes it challenging for medical professionals to develop a one-size-fits-all treatment approach. On top of that, within each type of cancer, there can be a multitude of subtypes. These subtypes can differ based on the specific genes that are mutated, the tissues they originate from, and even the individual patient's immune system. This further complicates treatment as different subtypes may require different therapeutic approaches. The complexity doesn't stop there. The stage of cancer at the time of diagnosis also plays a significant role in determining the treatment plan. Early-stage cancers may be treated with surgery alone, while advanced stages might require a combination of treatments, such as chemotherapy, radiation, and immunotherapy. Now, let's talk about the side effects of cancer treatments. All treatments come with the potential for side effects, and these can significantly affect a patient's quality of life. Some common side effects include fatigue, nausea, hair loss, and changes in skin and nail health. The intensity of these side effects can vary from patient to patient, making it hard to predict how an individual will respond to a particular treatment. We also have to consider the effectiveness of various treatment options. Surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, immunotherapy, targeted therapy, and stem cell transplant are among the options available today. Each of these treatments has its own set of advantages and disadvantages. For instance, surgery can be very effective in removing a cancerous tumor, but it may not be an option if the cancer has spread to multiple locations. Similarly, chemotherapy can target rapidly dividing cancer cells, but it also affects healthy cells, leading to severe side effects. Lastly, there's the issue of drug resistance. Some cancers can become resistant to certain treatments over time, making the treatment less effective or entirely ineffective. This is a significant challenge in cancer treatment and often requires a change in the treatment strategy. So as you can see, the complexity of cancer treatment stems from a multitude of factors: the diversity of cancer types and subtypes, the stage of the disease, the potential side effects, the effectiveness and limitations of different treatments, and the issue of drug resistance. The complexity of cancer treatment lies in the unique nature of the disease itself. Each patient's journey is unique, and so is the approach to treating their cancer. Despite the complexities, advancements in medical science continue to provide new and improved treatment options, giving hope to millions of cancer patients worldwide. Finally, we come to the question that is on everyone's mind: is there a cure for cancer? In the journey of understanding cancer, we've delved into its nature, how it spreads, the complexities of its treatment, and the possibilities of prevention. Now, we're left with the ultimate query, the question that underscores the hopes of millions worldwide. The term cure in the context of cancer is complex. Cancer is not a single disease, but a collection of many diseases with different causes, types, and behaviors. This diversity makes it a challenging adversary, and therefore finding a single universal cure is a monumental task. Yet in the face of this challenge, the realm of cancer research has never been more hopeful. We live in an era where the frontier of scientific knowledge is expanding at an unprecedented pace. Consider the past few decades. We've witnessed the advent of immunotherapies that stimulate our body's own immune system to fight cancer. We've seen the rise of targeted therapies that strike at the molecular Achilles heels of cancer cells. And we've experienced the evolution of precision medicine, where treatments are tailored to the genetic makeup of a patient's tumor. These advancements are not merely academic successes. They have translated into real-world impact. Over the past 25 years, the overall cancer death rate in many countries has fallen by more than 20%. Survival rates for some types of cancer, like breast and prostate cancer, have improved even more dramatically. Yet it's important to remember that progress doesn't mean perfection. There are still types of cancer that remain stubbornly resistant to current treatments. There are still patients who, due to genetic or environmental factors, do not respond to the therapies we have. And there are still many questions about cancer we've yet to answer. The path to a cure is not a straight line. It's a winding road filled with unexpected turns and steep climbs. But every step forward, every discovery made, every life extended, brings us closer to our goal. So, is there a cure for cancer? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, for some types of cancer, and for some patients, we have treatments that can effectively control or even eliminate the disease. No, because we don't yet have a universal solution that works for all types of cancer and all patients. While we don't have a one-size-fits-all cure for cancer, remarkable progress is being made in treatments and survival rates. The journey continues, and with it our hope and determination to conquer this formidable foe. So, we've tackled 5 big questions about cancer biology today. We started by defining what cancer is, a collection of diseases characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. We then delved into why cancer spreads, understanding that its propagation is due to its ability to invade tissues and create its own blood supply. We also explored whether we can prevent cancer. While we can't completely prevent it, we learned that lifestyle changes can significantly reduce our risk. We also unraveled the complexity of cancer treatment, highlighting that its intricacy lies in the diversity and adaptability of cancer cells themselves. Finally, we addressed the million-dollar question: is there a cure for cancer? While there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer, we discovered that with advancements in science and technology, we are getting closer to finding more effective treatments and potential cures. Understanding cancer better positions us to combat it more effectively. Stay curious, stay informed.